good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time this reach you, I greet you. This is not an installment of A Day with EJ. This ain't none of that. This how I got EJ. Everybody want to know the story, so I'm finna take 10, 15, 20 minutes out of my day and tell it to you. I don't know what part of my life you came into it, but I had another fur baby before EJ. We broke up. She kept the dog. I'ma just leave it at that. Moving on, I left. Not only did I leave her, but I left the state. I moved to Atlanta. I ain't got time for the nonsense, man. I'm out of here. I don't want to be nowhere near you, right? Not at all, because I'm like that, man. Once we fall out, and it's going to be what it's going to be. So I moved to Atlanta and went to therapy because I needed it. My heart was hurting, right? Because I kind of missed that little fur back, right? But my heart was hurting. So I went to Atlanta to go to therapy because I know a couple therapists down there, and I just needed somebody to talk to that would understand where I was coming from and my complete situation. So I did that. I went to therapy. I don't have a fur baby at the time, man. I am going through it, and I'm talking about I am going through it in a way that words can't explain to you. If you don't already know, I suffer from depression, PTSD, multiple personalities, and a few other things that come with the lifestyle that I lived and spending 17 years of my life in prison. We gonna fast forward past all of that. If you want to know anything about that, man, leave a comment. I'll tell you more about it later. This is how EJ came into my life. So now that EJ, right, we talking about how EJ came into my life. So I'm going through therapy and I'm doing all of those things. And somebody reached out to me because they had another fur baby. They knew my situation. So they had another fur baby that they was gonna give me. Even started to name her Edna Jean. But you know how people are and how things go. So that fell through. If you've been following my social media for a while, then you already know the story about that. I had a fur baby coming from Mexico. That did not work out. Hola, como está usted? Muy bien, tú. Right? Thought I was going to be learning Spanish so I could talk to her in Spanish. Needless to say, that didn't work out like it was supposed to. And then this lady came into my life. I'm going to call her D. She know exactly who she is. I don't have to point her out for nobody else. This between me and her. She wanted me to tell this story. So this is the reason why I'm telling it, because D want me to tell y'all how she impacted my life, and I don't have no problem doing it. So D came into my life, and she used to check on me every day. She was in the DM sending me messages. I even gave her my real phone number because if you rock with me, I rock with you back. Forgive me, I get emotional behind this. People don't really do nice things for me on a regular basis. So D reached out to me, and I'm just going through therapy and just trying to get my heart and my mind on the same page. So I'm sitting in the park one day. Fast forward like a month and a half. I'm sitting in a park one day smoking a blunt. I don't promote that to nobody, and I never will. Right, what I be having going on, I keep that to myself. But I'm sitting in the park one day smoking a blunt, giving you the whole story. I'm sitting in the park one day smoking a blunt, and my phone rang. It's from a breeder that breed Chihuahuas. And she reached out to me to let me know that she had a litter and that she had a fur baby for me. Oh my, I'm ready. What's the ticket? I'm not gonna tell you what she told me it was gonna cost because that's neither her nor there. And it's not even important because just keep listening. The rest of the story is gonna tell you why that ain't important. But let me sit back and tell you this, kick my shoes off. And it's EJ's birthday. As you can see, I still got the hat on. I'm doing this on her birthday. So as I'm getting myself together after I talk to the breeder, I get a message from D. And D asked me what I was doing. And I told her I was finna go get me a little fur baby because I couldn't take it. I needed somebody to be around me all the time so I could feel like I was wanted. Did I tell you I suffer from depression? So I could just feel like I was wanted, somebody that I could talk to that wouldn't judge me, and 9 times out of 10 wouldn't even talk back. So she said, well, what's the number? To the lady, I'm like, excuse me? Completely thrown off, didn't know nothing of what's gonna happen in the future. behind this. So she tell me, what's the lady number? Me being me, I give her the number. I'm not really paying no attention, and I don't really have high faith in people. So I'm not really tripping. I'm finna put my little finances together, and I'm finna go pay this lady what she wanted for this little fur baby. But I'm still sitting at the porch smoking. So I'm getting my thoughts together, and I'm smoking, and I get a message that says, go pick it up. It's paid for. What? Go pick it up? It's paid for. Couldn't be. Couldn't be. I sat there in disbelief for a good 15, 20 minutes just trying to wrap my mind around somebody spent that amount of money on me as a gift because they knew what I was going through. I digested it. And then I checked it because I told you I don't really have faith in people, man. So I checked it. And the lady called me and she said, you can come pick up your fur baby. I'm like, oh man, I'm finna get your paper together and come bring it to you. She like, no, it's already been paid for. All you have to do is come get it. It's been paid for. All you have to do is come get it. Needless to say, I sat there for another 30 minutes in complete disbelief, right? Because I didn't think that nobody in the world loved me enough to do something for me like that, other than my mother. And my mama died in 2017. Another reason I'd be depressed. I was standing right there when she died. I've been ruined ever since on the inside. I don't even want to talk about it. I will later on in life, man, when I've completely digested it and kind of moved on. But right now, I can't even bring you to even give you the story on watching my mama die. Well, my mother was the only person I know that would just go out her way and do stuff for me that nobody would ever do, but Dee did that. And I was still in disbelief. I didn't have a car or nothing. I was just kind of stuck in Atlanta. I made a phone call because I know people everywhere and I got some wheels up under me. And I took that little 45-minute drive to the port of Georgia that she stayed in, and I pulled up to this lady's house. And when I got there, I sat in front of the house for like 10, 15 minutes. I couldn't bring myself to get out of the car because I knew in the back of my mind that that ain't happening. It didn't go to, it's not finna go the way that she said it was gonna go. It's impossible for that to happen. 10 minutes went past, 15 minutes went past. I ain't gonna say I was scared, but I was a little bit, and I ain't got no problem saying that. I was kind of afraid that I was gonna get out of the car and go knock on this lady's door and she was gonna turn me down, which probably would have pushed me over the edge, but we don't have none of that to worry about because when I got out the car and I went and knocked on this lady's door, when she opened the door, she had a pink basket in her hand. And that was the first time I seen Edna Jean. She didn't even have a name at the time. She said that this fur baby was like her child and I better do everything in my power to love and cherish it. I gave the lady my word I would, and my word mean everything to me, right? I got it. I got her, and then the lady told me she made beds and all of that. I'm going to bring that up later on down the line because when I get all the way together, I'm ordering EJ one of the beds and I'm driving all the way there. I'm driving all the way to Georgia to go pick it up, right? Another journey. I'm going to post a video of it. We're going to road trip there to go get EJ a bed. So I got EJ. She said, what you going to name her? And I said, I'm going to name her after my mama to ensure that I spoil her to death and hold her in the highest regard and show her the utmost love because I love my mother to death, literally. Got in the car, started making my way back, and Dee called and she said, did you get her? And I sent her some videos of EJ. Some I recently posted on my TikTok that nobody had never seen from the time I got her because those videos were only 4D. The only reason I posted them was that she sent them back to me. Like, do you remember this? And I'm like, man, more than you will ever know. I will never forget the day that you called me and told me that I could go pick up a fur baby. You had me covered. And you've been having me covered ever since, because the gift that you gave me, it continues to give. It gives me mental clarity. It gives me a companion. It gives me things that I ain't never really had in my life. I don't have any children or anything like that, so I don't know that type of love. But with EJ, I am learning that this my child, and I know that type of love. But she my mama too. If you kind of get what I'm saying, if you could go back and forth with me on that, she like my child mama. So yeah, I gotta take care of her and all of that. But she run my life in real life because of the promise that I made my mother that I would stay out of trouble. Also, the promise that I made my mother that I would make her name live forever. That's why she named after Edna Jean, because my social media revolves around putting on for my mama, and I will continue to do so. So for everybody that wanted to know where EJ came from, EJ was a gift. That's why I don't talk about it like that. I don't talk about the gifts that people give me. I show you what I got and I let you do your thing. But D knows she a gift, and I have never told nobody that I bought her, because I didn't. There is not a video where I say I paid for her. I got her from a breeder. I did. I don't never say what breeder or nothing like that, because I have an extremely loyal social media following, and I don't need that lady life to be caught up with all of that nonsense, if you get what I'm saying. And if you see the people going back and forth, I'm at the office, right, getting myself together, because as soon as I'm finished recording this video right here with my little head on, I'm posting it, because I got to go get ready for EJ's birthday party. It's not going to be no fur babies there, man, but we're going to have a cake cutting ceremony. I'm going to post it, right? And then me and EJ are going to go visit all of the fur babies that are a part of her life, and we're going to take them a piece of cake and a little ice cream. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like that type of way. But to get back to the story of EJ came from D. I call her D. Her real name Denise, but I call her D, and I'm going to leave it at that. She know exactly who she is, and I ain't gonna put no more on that, because I don't need nobody reaching out and bothering this lady about me. Not at all, because in all actuality, man, my life ain't really too much of nothing without her. If EJ wouldn't have came into my life, I can guarantee you that I'll be right back to all the nonsense that I am known for in real life. People do not know where I come from. They do not know where I came from. They just know the chapter of my life that they walked in on. And I'm not mad at them about that. But this is an extremely long book, and it's not really a good one. It come with heartbreak and heartache and all type of nonsense and negativity, because that is the lifestyle that I lived up until the point that I gave my mama my word I would stay out of trouble. And people gonna try to put me down and all of that, because they feel like they know more about my life than I know, and I can't knock them for that. I just know that the gift that that lady blessed me with blesses me every day by looking at me and reminding me that I have to stay out of trouble, because I don't think nobody in the world is gonna spoil EJ the way that I do. And she got that little pink dress on, you know what I'm saying? Wait till you see what I bought her. I showed the world all of the gifts that got sent to her, except for the one that I bought her. And I went broke on her. I want to beg for my money back between me and you. I swear for Lord, I want to get in there and be like, everybody send me a couple dollars so I can get some of my money back that I spent on her for her gift. Oh my Lord, it's so amazing. But I'm not. I'm going to keep it to myself. This video was to tell you where EJ came from. Straightforward, EJ was a gift from D. And I have been enjoying this gift since she was 5 weeks old. Today she turned 1. In 5 weeks, I will have officially been in her life for 1 year. And no matter all the ups and downs that I've been through, all the nonsense, all the negativity, all the positivity, all of the good things, having this little lady in my life has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. Because this one right here, If I break up with my girlfriend, she can't keep EJ because EJ mine. Yeah. If I leave, I get to take EJ with me because EJ is mine. You know how people are. You know how people are when they give you stuff. Right? When you have a falling out with them, they try to take it back, no matter what you say. You know, and you just have to deal with that. I've been dealing with it my whole life, and I will continue to deal with it because I've learned that now. Make sure it's yours, and once it's yours, nobody can take it away from you. And I'm gonna end this video with that because that is exactly the thing that D told me when she got me EJ. She said, that fur baby right there is yours. And nobody under any circumstances will ever be able to take her away from you. And I love her for that. Good day. Anything else I need to tell y'all? I got her when she was 5 weeks old. She was already eating dog food. The lady is extremely intelligent. And like I said before this, she all mad. I love you, D. Hey, now.